Welcome back to Whiskey Tango Farms. I'm Brandon. Today we're doing a live hive inspection. Sorry, we're a few minutes late. What's wrong, Olive? Get your veil on.
I can't do it by myself.
Hey.
Can I help her?
I'll help her. Good morning.
I was muted the whole time. I was sitting
You're muted?
You guys know now I'm unmuted.
Oh.
Sorry, I was muted. Usually Brandon runs. Anyways, I was checking it so Brandon is getting his smolder ready right now. Typically, we used to do live stories at 7 p.m. Central. We kind of stopped doing it for a bit, and Brandon has been doing these videos. I was like, I want to do it live, but I also want to do things. Why don't we just combine it? I'm like, okay. So, for those of you that have been with us a while, you know that I may or may not be allergic to breeze. So, it's likely to be probably not allergic to breeze. And then I'm usually on the other side of the fence
Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kristen.
Are you ready here?
I don't know if you can show this camera.
There's the. Yep, you're high.
So
That's super trippy.
she's behind the fence there.
Okay. Anyways.
I'm gonna move this. They can't hear me?
I'm sorry.
I can hear me on that camera. Don't unmute this camera.
The main one or your phone?
My phone. Don't unmute it.
Okay. Right, so yours is on. Your phone is muted, and then yeah, I guess you could talk. Let me know you guys if there's an echo, because then I'll make sure that I'm muted if he's talking, and he's muted if I'm talking, and vice versa.
But anyways, thanks for joining our live hive inspection. This is week 11 of the bees. We have not posted videos in the last 3 weeks. There's some, if you've been following these inspections, there's been a lot of changes. So it'd be kind of exciting if you haven't to see all the different changes. We did a split on one of the hives. I have a video coming out about that and how to do splits.
I can't do the split. Oh, the hive.
Just getting this all situated so we don't have any spicy raisins today.
Spicy sky raisins.
All right.
Oh, also, I'm next to the chicken coop, so if you hear chicken, that would be why.
All right, let's crack her open. I don't know how long each of these inspections are going to be. Just
Oh, they're moving around a lot.
That's what I gotta
You guys might get some
So we added this super, I don't know how long ago.
I think
I think 3
2
weeks ago.
3 or 2 weeks.
It was right when we did the split. I peeked in this hive and it looked like it was about to ready to explode, and I have not fed them or anything, so I'm kind of curious. I actually see a lot of drawn comb out here, so we'll crack this open here.
Oh,
Here, let me have the tool, please.
hello.
I'm not sure what video camera you have up here,
Oh my
but
goodness.
which one are you looking at right now?
I'm on the main one.
All right, watch out,
Switch to
Olivia.
the close-up?
Nope, so they actually drew all this all out.
What's that mean?
It's all fresh new comb drawn out, and there's actually nectar in there and honey. So we have honey.
Yay! We can't
Possibly.
eat it, right?
We'll possibly have some honey that we can maybe harvest.
Yay. We need a honey making machine. There's nothing.
There's some drawn out on here, but let me see if I'll pull the camera, the close-up camera, and get a top view because it's kind of cool that I can do this now. You can kind of see what I'm seeing. You can see down in there, but all these are drawn. They're working on this one yet, and these ones here. So what was that? 2, 4, 6 in the middle are almost all drawn out, which is awesome.
Can you hear me, dear?
I can hear you right now.
So I thought we weren't able to eat the honey because they needed it for winter. Or am I getting confused?
There should be enough honey in the 2 bottom brood boxes for them to eat. So if there's anything in the super, we should be able to extract some of that.
And the super is just the top box, so if there's honey in there, it's ours.
Yep.
Yay.
Camera, don't fall. All right. So basically, that's pretty cool. I mean, a lot of these frames are, like I said, drawn out. Here's another one. Again, they're working on it pretty good.
What's that?
And it's just all filled with nectar,
Honeycomb?
which is amazing. I won't make any corny jokes like it's super.
I get that one.
But actually it makes me super happy.
I get it. This is the
Yep.
super, and you're super.
You got my tool?
Yeah.
All right, let's take this box off. So last time I was in this hive too, they actually had quite a bit of drawing out to do on these brood boxes too. They just were kind of falling behind, and I think the flow kind of settled down for a little bit there, but then all of a sudden we got a bunch of rain, and I think the flow kind of came back. There was reports I seen some people around us saying that their hives were actually gaining weight. So it's just a honey frame. I'm gonna grab the frame rest over here. So how super scared is Kristen back there?
I'm not bad. When you first took the lid off, they were, kind of buzzing around and freaking out. But they're actually super calm. Usually I can hear them and stuff, and I can't hear them buzzing or anything.
This is another just honey frame, which is good. So they've got quite a bit of honey yet.
Where's the queen?
She won't be on the honey frames. It's very rare that a queen is ever on a honey frame. It can happen.
That one has a red tongue.
The proboscis,
What the proboscis?
that's their tongue. That's what they use to suck up honey or nectar. is a proboscis red.
See?
Yep, I got them out. I can show the camera. I don't know which one. Show them this one. I don't know if you can see that. We got some wonky comb here. We're gonna just peel off. There's some wonky comb on this side. Just peel that off. So this side's got some brood, cap brood, which is awesome, and then honey on this side, and a little bit of brood. I just want to look for eggs and kind of peek at a little bit, and then we don't really have to do too much more on this one. There's some eggs on this frame.
I see.
Right in the middle there.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. There's eggs in there. Do you see the eggs, Kristen?
The little white dots in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, there's a bunch more on this side. Let's see. Checking a couple more frames up here, and then we'll go to the bottom. So that's beautiful cap brood here. Capped brood. Capped. Like you're capped.
Why is it called that?
Because it's capped over with wax. It's sealing up the cocoons, their last part of their process. So there's eggs in different stages of the larva on this frame. So we're about to get a bunch of new bees. I think we'll seal this back up and go to the bottom. Oh, these are very heavy. I don't want you to drop these. Full. They're very full of honey. So these actually have capped over honey.
Yeah.
So that's all capped over honey. So they got that sealed up for the winter when they need it.
Bye.
Of course, the sun went away behind the clouds and all the bees are getting mad. Yeah, they just tell you that they're starting to get unhappy. And they're okay right now.
Can I open it?
No, this one's kind of stuck.
Oh, you should do it. Never mind.
And it's very heavy.
Can I get the sword?
Smoker, yeah. Probably can't see anything on this one anymore.
What's that, Daddy? Let me.
That's a little bit of burr comb. Looks like it's got a little bit of nectar in it. We could probably steal. Just clean off the top. Excuse me, ladies. Get out of there. Yeah, they're still working on a frame down here.
Let me take this.
You set it down.
Let me set.
Excuse me.
Let's try to see if we can find the queen.
No, I'm not going to find the queen. We found some eggs at the top. We don't really have to look. So yeah, they're still working on this frame here. It's completely empty. They have a little bit of honey and drawn out comb on here. So let's see. There's some drawn out comb with nectar in it. And they still got to work on this side. So they still got some room to work on in this box, unfortunately. I was hoping that they would be drawing all this out since they drew out the super so well. But they have, what, 1.5 frames yet to do down here so far. And honestly, these all look like honey. I did flip it, so to say something, I actually did flip these boxes. So this box was all on the top. It was all honey, somewhat capped over. I mean, there's some nectar and pollen.
What's the significance of what do you mean?
So I moved this brood box from the top brood box to the bottom, and it was all full of nectar and everything, and they really don't like nectar or honey down in the bottom, so they tend to move it up. And I did that in hopes that they would fill up the super. Yep. Yep.
Ew.
So this one is all emerged, and they just backfilled it with some pollen. Oh. I can move the camera too. There it goes, Timber.
Oh, no.
Can you go get that, Olivia? But yeah, this seems like this whole bottom is still full, quite full of honey, and they haven't really moved any of it. And the queen's still up top in the top box.
Oh shoot, it's not stable at all.
So this is just the frame full of pollen, which is cool. Is that camera still on? Oh yeah.
Yep. Dad, it's not staying.
So they need pollen to make brood. Pollen is protein. So, and then nectar is carbohydrates.
Is that good?
This one's a heavy frame. You're hilarious. It's all full
Look how
of
thick it is.
pollen. So it's a pollen frame with honey. So basically just resources. There's a little bit of brood on this side. Which frame TV camera you can do that. Well, I moved it. It's very heavy. Let me see the smoker.
There's a lot of foam on there.
Nope.
So that's their winter food. That's not like human, like you can take it from them if they do that to provide them anything.
It's sometimes you can take one of these deep frames, but it's getting later in the season, and I don't want to feed them a whole terrible lot. So
There's something yellow. In the hole. It is.
I just took that burr comb off the bottom there. Yeah, it's just like they build a little connecting comb down, and that might have been there from when this box was on top, and I just didn't go through this hive that much. I'm just kind of curious how this rest of this bottom box is looking. I mean, there's some brood in here. There's tons of pollen, which is good, and there's eggs. So she actually is coming back down here and laying. No, I usually don't find the queens when I do this alone. Olivia usually helps me spot the queens. She's my good luck charm. But well, you don't need to find the queen every
I
time.
forgot what color she is. Is she like?
This queen's not marked in this hive.
It makes it harder for me.
As long as you see eggs, you know she's here, or she's been here at least in the last 3 days. Here's a little queen cup. I can show.
I can take it.
I'll show on my phone. I just gotta set this frame down.
Whatever. Look bad, Dad.
What?
You should stop.
I'm killing bees here. The little queen cup. That's where if they decided to make a new queen, she would lay an egg in there, and there'd be a new queen born. No, that's just like a practice cup. Practice cup. They have no reason to swarm right now. It's kind of late in the season to swarm, but they can. This is just all capped honey. It's very heavy. That's
It's called a bee chain.
it's a bastooning or bastooning. I can't remember the word, but yeah, this is capped honey on both sides. So 1,500 to 2,000 if she has the room. 1,500 to 2,000. Yep. A good queen will lay that much. And then a full frame of bees, if it's all capped over brood, is about 7,000 bees.
You said if you go in there and you see eggs, keep them around within the past 3 days.
That's when they start going from eggs to larva. What? Worker brood gets capped at day 9, I believe.
Hot box back on.
So they're
Here.
larva before the right?
Yes. All right. That's enough. Oh.
Oh, don't.
I know.
Oh.
You can hear in the camera or the over the fence. Yeah. Smell the smoke. Smoky burlap.
Ah, Dad, don't do that. I hate when you shake it. They go crazy.
They should be quiet up now.
They're crawling all over me.
Grab this burr comb. Can you go put this in the...
No.
Go set it on the cart, please. All right. Now it's in the next one. We'll wait for Olivia. This is her hive. We'll let her do the inspection.
You want to talk about, so you went and bought this queen, right? Why, you want to talk about why you decided to buy a queen instead of letting them...
Requeen? Yeah, I went and bought this queen because it's kind of late in the season to let them requeen themselves. It takes about a month for them to have a queen emerge and then kind of get oriented, go do mating flights, and come back and lay eggs. So that would have set us behind quite a bit.
If they come back, right? Like they might...
That's if they make it back.
That's scary.
So we put this queen in here, and she started laying eggs roughly about a week after.
And she was guaranteed to be like...
Yeah, she was mated.
Will they lay eggs if they're not mated?
Yep, and then they'll lay
Cool.
they'll lay drone brood if they're not mated well or mated.
I just want to explain. I know this sounds like a really.
Oops, sorry.
Quail or whatever, because we know that those lay eggs without having a male around, and if they're fertile or not, they're going to lay an egg. Like it's just their cycle. But something super interesting Brandon told me about bees is
Stick to the top.
maiden flight. Is it maiden or mating?
Mating.
Mating flight. I thought maiden flight was a maiden flight.
So we gave them a pollen patty. When I did an inspection on this last week, I gave them another half a pollen patty, and it's almost gone. So they're taking down pollen patties like crazy.
But when they go out, they get mated, and then they come back and they actually like hang on to that. Is it called sperm?
Yep, and they store it in their spermicula.
So they hold that sperm like and
Their entire life.
Their entire life, which to me is weird coming from chickens. So I know like people are like, oh, is it gonna lay eggs without a male and be fertilized? Something might seem dumb, but that's why I asked that. Because they are a little bit different. These are odd. Cool, but odd.
Mom slows.
You want me to get the first one out?
Yeah.
Oh, I see some little bridges in there.
Ken?
So we made this split now, was it 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, it's when we
So
put the super on here.
this is all full of honey. So, I just stabbed the honey.
Oh no. Honey.
We put 5 frames in here. So it was basically like a 5-frame nuke starting all over again. We gave them a feeder, filled this completely up. And then after I removed the queen cage, I added another frame because we had to keep one out.
Can you grab it from me?
You should be able to just grab it
My
like this.
finger's still.
So this one is a newer frame that we just put in, and they're working on drawing it out on both sides.
Our queen is black and marked.
There's no eggs on here.
So do you only have to get them food because they're new and they didn't have that like storage of food, or because they don't know?
Yeah, so when we did the split on here, we shook a bunch of bees from this carniolan hive, and we shook and did nurse bees, so young bees. Young bees don't fly; they just feed the brood.
Oh, okay.
So then I also put some cap brood in here and another frame with a little bit of larva.
Oh, this is heavy frame.
Oh, careful, sweetheart.
This is heavy.
So this one's got, let's see.
Can we find the queen?
There's eggs standing up on here, so she should be here somewhere.
Next frame?
Where's your queen? This has got honey on this side.
Is she right there?
Nope. Gonna take that bird comb off though.
Just want to
If anybody happens to see the queen on camera and they don't, Brandon and Olivia aren't finding it, feel free to like say in the comments, oh, it's there or whatever. Sometimes people see it on camera, but like when you don't, like his Brandon will be watching his footage back and he's like, oh, there it is. I didn't see it at the time, you know.
move.
But like I can't see my screen super well either, so I probably won't see her. So feel free to shout it out if you see her. It's just a really big queen. Baby got back, basically.
How many people we got on?
It keeps fluctuating. Right now it says 3.
Yeah. I know they're not that exciting. There's the queen.
Where?
You found the queen?
Right here in the middle.
Oh, I got it!
You want to show her on camera?
Yep, here, let me have the thing.
Okay.
You found the queen.
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere.
She's red.
Yep, she got a red
Yep.
dot for 2023.
Is she did you name your bee, Olivia?
I think it was gonna name her because the M&M. Because the M&M, the green M&M is called Queen Bee. So it's the green M&M.
Okay, so your queen's name.
So yeah, this has just got eggs and larvae all over it. So she's laying.
Good job, Olivia. And Queen Bee.
I would say she's doing a pretty decent job at laying. It looks like a pretty good brood pattern from what I can tell. I mean, it's easier to tell when it's capped over brood, but you can kind of tell with the eggs.
No.
So this is a little bit of brood, capped over brood, and nectar. Same thing at this side.
How can you tell what's brood and what's like honey?
Because it's shiny. You see the shiny nectar?
Okay.
Oh, queen cup.
Oh, there's a little queen cup.
Even when it's left over.
So these are carniolans, and they like to build queen cups a lot. Yeah. So there's one right here.
Can you see?
Oh, Brandon, Trustee Morgan, hi, welcome, good to see you. Said, do the bees kill the flies in there?
Yeah, they will. They will.
I smushed it today.
They will kick them out of the hive. So I'm not too worried. I mean, it is kind of, you don't really want the hives open too long right now because it's kind of robbing season because there isn't much nectar going on. Although, yeah, they rob the hives.
The flies do?
Well, and other bees, wasps, hornets, they'll come and try to steal honey and nectar. So it's just a frame of resources. There's, pollen and honey. So there's pollen there, honey up top, and nectar.
I think it's super cool to,
Oh, maybe
of
still.
course, I haven't gotten super close to the hive, Brandon, some pictures and stuff. If the bees like have some type of, predator or pest come in and they happen to kill it, obviously, there might be a couple casualties. Is it the drones that take out the dead bodies?
Nope. Drones don't do anything besides eat honey and go fly off to mate.
What do you take out the bodies?
Queens, or I mean not queens, the bees, the women. The women do all the work.
Well, so they carry out the bodies of like the ones that didn't make it. To keep things clean. I think that's really cool.
They're making honey back here. They're doing comb.
Sad if you think about it, but it's cool that they just do that instinctually. That's like cool. God programmed them.
The queen's on this black skit one, I think. Look at these flies. Go away, flies. Shoo, shoo away.
To try and be gentle so I don't roll and kill bees. Because there's a lot of bees on this frame.
It's like spilling over.
Yep. All right, let's close this up.
Get the smoker. The camera tip over?
No, it's completely gone. The phone's gone completely.
My phone is?
They must have shut off.
It must have died. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have a black piece on it. It's really.
So,
This again, I'm going to find an umbrella.
Well, how much can you see on the other camera?
It's hard to see where you're at now, kind of.
Well, we're closing up this hive, and then we're going to be moving to the carniolan one. So I can probably move that camera over here. And they're doing pretty good progress on this hive. They still have lots to do, but they'll get there. I'm sure I'm going to have to feed them some more. I didn't check the feeder. We'll do that later. Oh, don't. I got it, Olive. I'm going to pull the camera out.
You guys see all of our corn? It's getting there.
So hopefully,
That's good.
I'm stuck.
That's good.
is that good?
Oh, might go up, but
Doesn't need to go down?
Nope, leave it. We're good.
All right.
Clean it. Clean it. All right, let's try to find the queen in this one. If you see her on camera, let us know. And it's Brandon and Olivia.
Well, Dad doesn't like to pointing the queen out.
Why?
I don't know. Ask him.
I don't normally point it out on camera. I let people try to find it.
Oh.
Can you hand me my hive tool? Thank you.
I'm gonna go inside and really hot.
You can go inside if you want. Go for it.
I'm gonna go.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Thanks for your help.
Thank you. Bye.
Let me see if I can get this other camera on. Let me just. Oh yeah, it says temperature. Too hot. Oh well. So, believe it or not, they've done less work on this super than they have on that one. I wish I could show you guys more. I'll take a couple frames out here. From last week versus this week, they really haven't done much. This is pretty much what it was. Move this smoker.
It's so short.
Yeah, so these are super frames or mediums. There's nothing on this side. This side's got a little bit of drawn comb. I don't know if you can kind of tell.
Yeah, it's like darker or lighter.
Yeah. None of them really have anything on them. And that's kind of how it was last week. And I'm kind of disappointed since that hive has done so much to draw out the comb up top.
And originally they were opposite, right?
So,
The
yeah.
islands were more productive.
But we did split this hive and they drew out 3 new frames in here. So we put these 3 frames and then we added a feeder, which I was debating about taking the feeder out and putting it in frames. So this feeder is completely empty. So I was hoping just to get drawn comb out of this one so we could use it next year for honey and everything. I want to get that super drawn out. I'm going to take this feeder out and I'm going to add the other 2 frames in here so they can sit in. This is completely empty. So I will be right back. I'm going to grab the other frames. Adding a couple frames. All right, back. So I have just these drawn or undrawn foundations. These are acorn foundation. So they're a little different than what came with the hive. These are Hoover hives, so they came with Hoover hive foundation.
Do they sometimes prefer different materials?
Sometimes.
Or is it a cheaper preference?
That too. I mean, I've heard good things about this acorn stuff, and honestly, this acorn, I'll show you a couple. No, it's the company. I'll show you the acorn ones here in a second. I'm going to show you this frame. It's a good frame of brood. mean, this side's got honey,
Yay!
but this side's decent
Oh, so pretty.
brood. It's a little spotty, but decent. The Italian hive, the first one, is always laid really good brood pattern. This queen's not been as good. I wouldn't say she's the best at laying brood. This thing's completely full of honey. It's heavy. It's capped over. Do you want me to zoom in on the camera?
Sure.
Do you think? Can you hear me now?
Yep, yeah.
Is it better? Okay, so that the microphone died.
Sorry, thanks for letting us know exactly.
I think we need to.
Kristen, you are hard to hear, but it's just nothing now. Okay, so Brandon's mic died and we fixed it, and I will try to speak.
I'm at the Geek Squad protection of the microphone. The battery doesn't last. I have it charged and it doesn't even last an hour.
Better call the Geek Squad.
Anyways, so this was a beautiful frame brood on this side. You can see that. There's another queen cup. 2 queen cups on the bottom here. So nothing in them. Like I said, these Carniolans love to build queen cups. Accidentally ripped open some drone brood there. Lifted it. Has Truck 3 Warden had bees? Do they have bees or no? Are they interested in bees?
I'll let you know what she says. She answers.
So this is all milk brood and fresh brood. So eggs and larvae, different stages. Same with this side.
Did you say milk brood?
Yeah, so they call it milk brood because it has royal jelly down in the frames. I don't know if you can really see it. Can you see it?
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be looking for.
Well, it'd be like a white substance. It'd be down in this corner.
I don't see anything on my screen because it's hard to see in the sun out here.
There's a couple more queen cups, of course. Nothing in them. So I just wish this hive would actually build up some of the super.
All right, Truck 3 Warden said, Kristen, did you find out if you're allergic to bees? My late father had bees for many years, over 30 hives at one time. I'm interested but too lazy. We have not found out if I'm allergic or not. I know I'm allergic to ground wasps, but I've been stung by like just a regular hornet before and I was fine. There is a test I found out that I can have done, but I haven't had it done yet. So I'm actually on the other side of the fence, and I have my EpiPen just in case. But his bees are pretty calm.
Right now.
Right now. Yeah, we'll see. But so we take precautions. But yeah, 30 hives, that's a lot. We have these 3.
We're on our way there.
Right, yeah. We went from 2 to 3 a lot faster than I thought we would.
So I'm gonna take these new frames and just kind of checkerboard them, they call it. So I'm putting them in between some of the frames. I'm not try not to split up the brood nest. So this is the main brood nest, and then we'll put this next to it. And then they can sit and work on that. And get these 2 new frames.
I was just thinking, like, gosh, if you had 30 hives, I don't know if I would ever see you.
Well, you don't really need to do inspections every week. I just like to do them, and I wanted to see the weekly progress and document it, just in case somebody else wanted to see it.
Oh, I see. I know Jasmine said that new beekeepers, she usually says, like, at least once a week. So once you're up and running, it gets easier.
Yeah, I mean, it really you need to get in here like every 2 weeks at the most.
We can't see that one. You're smoking very good.
All right, I can try to move the camera some more.
Okay, I just want to let you know.
I just moved the camera before, so Olivia could still kind of be back here.
Yeah.
How about now?
Go up a hair. There you go. Beautiful.
All right. I'll just clean up some of this connecting comb, burr comb up top. Try and make my life a little easier.
If you leave it, does it get like real hardened and like?
It doesn't get hard, but it gets hard to move the frames.
Because it's heavy or what?
No, it's just that it glues all the frames together.
Gotcha. So if you stay on top of it, it's okay?
Yeah. You get the frame rest for this one. Didn't need it for the other one since we had took that feeder out. So I'm amazed that, in the 3 weeks they drank that whole 2 gallons of feed, but didn't really do anything with it. To be honest, I mean, they did draw out those 3 frames.
Oh, Truck 3 Warden said, I would have to run an electric fence because of the bears. They go through frequently. Yeah, I suppose. I know my mom down in Watoma had a bear
I just got stuck
in her backyard again.
my knee.
It's like almost every summer she gets at least one of her bird feeders ruined, and like the shepherd's hook gets twisted like it was nothing. So knock on wood, we don't have any here. I've heard our neighbors say that they've seen some, but
Yeah, we haven't had any signs of it. Not that I know of.
I think because they went through and chopped down a lot of the woods across the road, a lot of the wildlife kind of moved on. We still have lots of deer. Like I don't hear owls hardly as much anymore.
So now you finally got to see me get stung on camera.
I'm sorry.
I've been getting stung a lot lately.
I was gonna say you've gotten stung 3 times, and it's been in the past like 2 weeks. Week.
We gonna have something like that. So this is just the frame of resources. There's some brood up here capped. Otherwise, there's pollen on both sides. Yeah, I pulled out that first frame and there's a bunch of bees on it, and I must have rolled one, and one flew right down by my knee and got me right in the knee.
What do you mean by you rolled it? Like you smushed it?
Yeah, when you pull it up, when it's tight against the side,
Oh,
you can roll.
it rolls up. Got it.
Yeah, and you can roll a bee. So here's one of the frames, acorn frames. So it's got all fresh, new kept brood. They've got their pollen pants on right here. I don't know if you can see that.
No, you're too high up.
Too high,
Yep.
right there.
Pollen pants.
It's actually their pollen baskets, but
I like pollen pants.
I like calling it pollen pants because it looks like pants. But
oh, go ahead.
yeah, I mean, they've done a pretty good job. I mean, she laid eggs in this all within 3 weeks. Drew it out and laid eggs.
Shark 3 Warden said they can hunt bears with dogs here, so the bears run if they hear a dog bark, and the hound will chase them. Are the bees ornerier with the heat?
They're ornery right now because we're kind of sort of in a dearth. So there's not really much nectar flow going on, but it's kind of picking up. So that's why they're ornery. And in the clouds going in and out today, they kind of get ornery.
So there's just less like new flowers and blooms. Is
So,
that what you mean?
Yeah, in the trees. Right now, the only thing that's blooming is starting to be the goldenrod. So here's the queen. You can see her. She's right here.
Where? Oh, okay.
She's the red dotted queen.
Did
But
you
she's
name
laying.
your queen?
Nope,
Oh.
I didn't name this queen. But this was all new frame, new brood. So she's laying eggs on it, which is kind of cool. There was eggs in the top box though as well. So they're definitely, she's been moving around. You okay?
Yeah, one came by me and I'm like, ah. They've left me alone mostly.
They, for the most part, do leave everybody alone.
Well, the enter or exit, whatever you want to call it, is also facing the other way. So normally they fly the other way from where I'm sitting, but obviously like he's taking the top off right now, so it can be different. So if they come over here, they're angry, basically.
So basically now all I'm doing is looking for any queen cups, because I do that with this one because they like to make so many. So I can't, how many did I count up top? Can't count. Probably 7 or 8.
Do you just get rid of them so that they have room for other stuff, or?
Just as a precaution. I mean, you can leave them. I have left them, and then honestly, the next week they were gone.
Okay.
But I just remove them just to be like, oh, I don't want them. I mean, these are all full of, I mean, that's honey. And then this side's brood, cat brood, emerging brood. I would show you the emerging brood, but I don't really see any coming out too much. There's just a little bit of a crack on one. And they still have this one to draw out. There's a lot of drones on this frame, like a ton. This frame's almost entirely drones if you look at it.
The brood is?
No, the bees.
Okay.
All these big bees here, those are almost all drones.
These must be the black ones, huh? They're really dark.
Yeah, a bunch of them just fell.
Oh. great.
That's because of the smoker. I was ready to blow them.
Also, kind of like stunned them a little bit. Weird stuff.
Well, I don't know why they fell because of that, but it's alright. They'll be alright. Yeah, that was a ton of drones on that frame. This one's just full of honey. It's all nectar.
You got bees on there too.
This side's all capped honey.
So we can't have that, right?
Nope, this is the bees' honey.
Darn.
Bees' honey. And here's the last frame. It's all full of pollen, bee bread. And then there's some brood on this side. So that's pretty much it. Get this here. Oh, I missed the queen cup on this one. I didn't really look at this one too close because it's the one I pulled out when I got stung. I don't like this frame because they seem to make a lot of drones on it. I've said that in the past. There's actually a drone emerging right here.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know if you can see it,
kind of.
but it's coming out.
That's kind of cool.
And there's some emerging right up here. So we'll get this frame back in there. Got more bees on my ankles. I don't like bees on my ankles. I want to get rid of these plastic frames too. Probably have them through winter, but those are the ones that came with the nuke. And then I gave Olivia, I think, 2 of them.
The plastic will hold up okay in the winter.
Yeah.
Oh, the hornet! Go away! Away,
Probably over here to grab some honey. Come on, girls. On my way. Olivia always yells at me because I always kill bees. She's always like, Dad. I'm like, well, I can't help that they're in my way. And, I mean, that time I didn't smoke them down, so it's kind of my fault. But I don't move slow enough sometimes.
It's pretty typical to lose a few each time, though.
Yeah.
Kinda
And
sucks.
honestly, it's not that big of a deal. They die all the time, every day.
See, they only live how many days normally?
In the summer, 35 to 45 days.
That's so crazy. But yet in the winter,
In the winter, so right now they're starting to make winter bees. And the winter bees will last 4 to 6 months.
do you want to zoom your camera back out?
Yeah. I have no idea what way. Is that out?
No.
Is that in?
Yeah.
Sorry.
There you go.
But yeah, 4 to 6 months for winter bees, and then 35 to 45 during the summer. That's our hive inspection this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it, seeing different changes if you guys have been following along and everything. It's been fun seeing the progression. It's crazy how much this hive is kind of kicked butt compared to that one. There's not really much honey to swap. There's brood everywhere and honey on the outside, so I don't really want to do like I did this one where all the honey was in the top box and then swap them. And that's probably why they're drawing out this top frame or top box so well. But they'll be all right. They'll survive, hopefully, and we'll be feeding them a lot. I have feeder I'm going to be making, and then adding feeders to these hives as well. Anything else, dear?
Nope, that's all the comments. So yeah, thanks for joining us. And if you like this, let us know. This was fun. I had a lot of fun being able to be out here asking questions, and like I can watch with you for once instead of like after the fact. So
I have a queen cup for my queen.
but
I had two of them. I had one from last time that I saved, and then this one.
it looks
So
like cheese.
I had
It's
two
like
queen
lucky
cups.
cheese. That feels weird.
Yeah, it's always so hot. I mean, at least that camera didn't die this time.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys.
But thanks.
Bye.